Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about Hurricane Ida, which is going to be an extreme threat to life and property across portions of Louisiana and also maybe Mississippi as well. And this storm is nearing landfall. As you can see here, it is a very powerful hurricane. Just by looking at the satellite image, you can see a very pronounced eye with lots and lots of deep convection surrounding the eye, or with that eyeball. And then you can see we also have a lot of thunderstorms kind of expanding beyond that. As you can see here, we have thunderstorms firing in the outer bands like this, and then we have again lots and lots of strong outflow which is extending out from the storm, kind of stopping any sort of shear from affecting the storm currently. And this storm has just been intensifying. It's been over some very warm waters, and it's continued to intensify over the last few hours and is likely approaching category 5 intensity, and is currently nearing the coast. There's Louisiana there. And just saying again, just the eye and the convection surrounding this storm is incredibly impressive as the sun rises. Looking at the infrared satellite quickly here, you can see kind of same sort of thing, incredibly powerful. Again, the eye started to become more symmetric over the kind of the last few hours or so. You can see that before, maybe 2 hours ago, the eye was not as symmetric. It was kind of ragged. It was kind of filled with more clouds, but the eye has kind of warmed now over the last few hours, really helping the storm to maximize its intensity. And then again, you can see that especially to the northwest of the storm here, but also all around the storm we have deep convection furring, with cloud tops recently cooling to about minus 80 degrees Celsius. And especially, like I just said, on the northwest side, those cloud tops have really been cooling recently, likely another signal for intensification. And you can see all these thunderstorms surrounding here, and we're going to have lots and lots of water being pushed onshore, especially into parts of these areas, kind of to the east of the storm's landfall point, kind of up the Mississippi Delta as well, which is going to cause extreme storm surge threats. A recent microwave pass shows that the storm has a very kind of symmetric inner core like this. You can see that there's kind of just one kind of basically eyeball at the moment, although it is kind of displaced. Most of the thunderstorms are currently displaced ever so slightly off to the southeast like that, but this is a very kind of healthy storm. If you split kind of the center bit through the middle, you can see it's very symmetrical, this area right here, and this is going to allow the storm to continue intensifying even more over the very warm waters. And if we go kind of through the recon pages, and I'm just trying to, let me just quickly refresh the page. Sorry, this satellite's kind of becoming a bit broken here, but as you can see, this is the Recon Mission. You can see here that we had the storm kind of, this aircraft has been kind of flying through a few times. It's just come back around, and it's kind of trying to sample the strongest northeast eye wall. You can see it found a pressure of 936 millibars about an hour-ish ago, I think now. It's coming in for the second pass. It's probably going to drop a few sondes in there to try and find out kind of what's going on in the eye, how deep the pressure is, what the exact wind speed is, because recently on a different Recon mission, they actually found winds of 171 miles an hour. It could have been some sort of incorrect measurement or a gust, but that could support an upgrade to category 5 status. If I just quickly, sorry about this. This is the Recon that found the pressure at 936 millibars. You can see it here. Oh, sorry, this is actually the latest one. As you can see, it's now 934 millibars, so it's continuing to deepen. This is where this was in the eyes. You can see here lots of light winds, and you can see we kind of have this subsidence inversion here. We have drier air aloft. That's kind of helping to create the eye in a way. And as you can see, yeah, that's where the dew point and temperature are separated. That's kind of helping to form the eye, and you can see temperatures continue to drop. And sorry, that was a Recon Mission I was just talking about there. If I refresh it, yep, same thing, still there. We're going to be trying to find some kind of like drops on sort of in the eye of the storm. Looking at the radar, you can see here, I'll quickly try and put in the latest updates. Looks like it's updated already for me. You can see here, you can clearly see the eye of the storm, and on either side we have winds maxed out on either scale. You can see we have those dark purple colours here, and then we have kind of those really strong beige colours here, both at either ends of the scales. This radar is kind of indicating winds around 160 miles an hour, a bit stronger. If I show you the actual kind of reflectivity, more like the rain, you can see here we have a very clear structure of a very strong hurricane, an eyeball which is very strong, completely wrapped around, and then kind of another very strong kind of inner core sort of, so like that we have a tiny bit of a moat, and then we have kind of thunderstorms extending out that way, and then we also have kind of outer bands of the storm passing round. And as this kind of storm kind of curves like this, the hurricane curves like this, these sort of areas are going to see a lot of rain than kind of the other side, because we're going to have most of this, the thunderstorms kind of focus on this side of the hurricane, and this is kind of going to see the curve, if you think about it, is going to see the most rain as the storm curves around, so that's going to be very problematic for inland flooding as well. And now going onto the National Hurricane Center website, I'm just going to update this just in case something new has happened. But as you can see here, if we read through some of these things, I'm going to put this kind of like a yellow highlighter. You can see extremely life-threatening storm surge is expected, 9 feet or more, somewhere within from Burns Point to Ocean Springs, Louisiana to Mississippi. You can see there is a chance of overtopping local levees, which is very extreme. Parts of New Orleans could be seeing some very significant flooding. And then we're likely to see catastrophic wind damage where the core moves onshore. Also, damaging winds likely to spread inland near kind of the center of Ida through Louisiana, southwestern Mississippi, and also lots and lots of heavy rainfall, life-threatening flash and urban flooding, and also river flooding. Let me just get rid of those lines. If we kind of look at some of the different graphics, this is the wind history. You can see here, I think they actually might have put out a new advisory, that I'll have to check that. But you can see here the wind field of the hurricane force winds, which is in the kind of dark red color. You can see have really been increasing over the last few hours, and this is kind of quite problematic, because the bigger it gets, the more kind of wind it is pushing on shore, which is creating larger storm surge. And as you can see, also we already have tropical storm force winds reaching parts of southeastern Louisiana and Mississippi. You can see like this. So those winds are going to continue coming on shore. In terms of storm surge, we are going to see extreme amounts of storm surge, 12 to 16 feet, which is almost 5 meters along kind of parts of southeastern Louisiana and the mouth of the Mississippi River, 8 to 12 feet kind of a bit further east, 8 to 12 feet or so further west on this side, but all of the Louisiana coast seeing at least some storm surge 1 to 3 feet further west, but even parts of Florida seeing 1 to 3 feet, and then also parts of Mississippi seeing quite a lot of storm surge, 9 feet, possibly even a bit more in places, and also Lake Pontchartrain 5 to 8 feet. This could cause some significant flooding into New Orleans from this side, but also maybe the other side, but hopefully the levees will hold at least from the north. In terms of rain potential, you can see here lots and lots of rain forecast, widely 15 inches into parts of southeastern Louisiana, as you can see here, New Orleans especially, that red 10 to 15 inches into parts of Mississippi, but most of southeastern Louisiana again, and then we also have 4 to 6 inches of rain spreading even into parts of Alabama, and also basically the whole of Mississippi. Let me just clear this, and you can see the flash flooding potential is high, as you can see there. And if we just look at the cone, you can see this is the major hurricane now beginning to make landfall over the next few hours. Still a little bit time left over water, so it could intensify even more, and I think it will likely become a Category 5, in my opinion, just about reaching it. That's the top of the scale. Extremely, extremely dangerous. This is the kind of situation where we're going to see extreme impacts from wind and from rain and storm surge. Likely to see many towns completely destroyed, many buildings completely destroyed. An extremely life-threatening and dangerous situation is unfolding. You can see it's going to be a hurricane by the time it enters kind of Mississippi, just verging on a hurricane there, and slowly weakening into a storm and depression. Still bringing lots of rain though in many regions, and impacts are going to extend far outside where this cone is. As you can already see, this wind field is larger than the cone, so you can trace this kind of inland, and you can kind of see anywhere kind of from here to here could see kind of strong winds, heavy rain, and you can even see have tropical storm warnings for storm surge further west and further east as well. If we just quickly look at the discussion, I'm interested to see if there's been a update. So you can see the latest update brings a landfall at 155 miles an hour, so extremely close as to a category 5, and it probably will reach that strength. Extremely dangerous storm, and it's crazy to kind of see that we are kind of looking at this kind of situation. We are likely to see a very strong and damaging hurricane. You can already see we have also a tornado threat as well. This is where the hurricane is right now, and you can see these outer bands could have kind of some supercells, and also this kind of northeast quadrant could have some supercells as well. We have moderate chance of tornadoes. That's going to be something to watch out for as well. But again, just kind of looking at the storm, if I update it to the high resolution imagery, I wonder what we found, and wow, absolutely incredible. You can see we have a very, very powerful hurricane evident, lots and lots of deep convection surrounding this, still over very warm 30 to 31 degree kind of ocean temperatures around here in this kind of region. So this storm is likely to continue intensifying just until landfall, which will likely be somewhere kind of around this area. But it's a very kind of sad situation to see, because you know that lots of people's lives and properties will be at risk here, and it's really very rare, dangerous situation. A very top-end landfalling hurricane is going to occur, and it's a very dangerous situation. Thank you for watching.